Okay. So we had completed our single phase rectifiers, and we had studied about your half wave and full wave control rectifiers, and I have told you about the performance parameters, how to derive equations, draw the waveforms, and today we'll discuss about three phase in rectifiers. So we'll take into some of the points which we had taken while drawing the waveform for three phase inverter. Same some points will be repeated over here because both are three phase, and we'll discuss it. Okay. I'll try to show you some simulations also so that you can understand in a better way. Now, why we are going for a three phase converter? Possibility is mainly where there is a three phase supply, first of all thing. And second thing, most important is that if you see the ripple in a three phase, it will be less, because if you later you will see in the waveforms, your waveform will be like this. So you will have a very small ripple and a constant DC voltage, whereas in a single phase, value was like this, right? So it was having a huge ripple change in voltage. So that is a more important thing of a three phase converter. And as you increase this number of pulses, suppose there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 pulses. So as you go on increasing the number of pulses, the waveform becomes more smooth. So that's a very good advantage of three phase inverter. Rectifier. So that is written over here. For smoothing, you need to increase the number of pulses. There are 3 pulse systems, 6 pulse systems, there are 12 pulse systems, all those are there. Higher the number of pulse, smoother will be the output voltage. We will discuss only our main important topic is three phase fully controlled bridge converter, which is very important. Okay. So looking into this, we have to remember some of the points, very important, as we had in three phase inverter also some points to remember. Without that we couldn't do the circuit operation. So over here also we have to remember certain points. So what are those points? As compared, if you make a comparison and study with the inverter, in inverter there are 6 switches, and over here also in a converter or a rectifier there will be 6 switches. So you have, if you remember the fact, there were two groups. We had made those 6 switches into two groups. One was called the positive group, one was called the negative group. So similarly same over here, one is positive group, one is negative group. Now which were the positive group? The odd number switches. So odd number switches T1, T3, T5, positive group same over here. T4, T2, T6, the even number and negative group same over here. So even number is negative group, odd number is positive group. So same type of circuit. Okay, only the supply is changing. Over there supply was DC, over here now supply will be three phase AC. Output you will receive DC. But over there supply was DC and output you are getting was three phase AC. Now since we are using thyristor, we should give a triggering angle. So there should be a firing angle of alpha for every thyristor given. So there is alpha firing angle given. And you know that there is a change of phase after FT 120 degree, because from A to B phase there is 120 degree phase shift. To C phase another 120 degree phase shift. So there each SCR will conduct for 120 degree. Okay, you will see which SCR is conducting which phases also. So you from one SCR, from one phase to another phase, if you want to go, you have to make a 180 degree, 120 degree phase shift. So that's why each SCR is to be triggered, means it's to conduct for 120 degree, because after that when another SCR starts conducting, that will change the phase. So that's why from one phase to another it will be a conduction, means one SCR will conduct for 120 degree, next SCR will conduct for another 120 degree, not more than that. How it should be triggered? Again the same thing. It should be triggered in the sequence 1 to 6. So numbering is very essential. If you misplace the number of the diagram, then you perhaps can't explain the operation in a better way. Numbering which number is which switch, you should number it in the exact way. Otherwise you will forget everything. So it should be triggered in a sequence 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Phase shift of triggering two SCRs is 60 degree. I told you this reason. You can see in the vector diagram of three phase, and you will see that there will be two SCRs that will conduct from positive group and one SCR that will conduct from negative group. So there will be 6 such pairs. So 6 into 60, that gives you 360. So that is why these are the points you should remember before going into the understanding of operation of three-phase fully controlled bridge. Now this is a circuit of that three-phase fully controlled bridge rectifier, which consists of 6 switches. The upper switches are always your odd number, lower switches are always your even number. How to write it? 1, 3, 5, then difference of 3, 1 plus 3, 4, 3 plus 3, 6, 2 plus 3, 5. That will give you your this number. The load, at the load we have to get DC, and at the input we need a AC supply, 3-phase AC, not single phase, 3-phase AC. So that's why we are using a transformer, a delta star transformer. From delta it will convert into star in the secondary, and the secondary is connected to the these points as A, B and C. So this will turn on your switches accordingly and give a load voltage which comes out to be DC. This operation we have to understand. Rest, this circuit is same. See, this part is same. If you compare to inverter, this is my AC, this output is my DC for rectifier. For inverter, just it changes. This side becomes DC, output becomes AC. Same circuit. So it is vice versa. Okay, you can remember it like this. Now next thing what is very important, we have to draw the in order to understand the operation, we have to just go through quickly into the line and phase voltages, because we need those at the output. Because if you are giving a AC supply, that means at the output either there will be phase voltage, either there will be line voltage. But previously in inverter, what was we giving? We were giving DC, right? So the levels were constant over there. If you recall check the figures over there, we were getting a levels constant like this. We are giving constant levels because those were DC. Like this we are getting like somewhat. So you just go through that and but now my supply is AC, so my waveform will be looking like AC wave, maybe this like, maybe it will be looking like this, not a constant one because it is AC. So we'll see into how that operation occurs. But before that, we have to just go through this first year topic about how to write the phase and line voltage. So phase voltage is, you know, A is always taken as reference. So this A is always taken as reference. From that, B is always 120 degrees. So B is 120 degree from this one, and C is another 120 degree from this. So you can write minus 120 for B, minus 240 for C, or plus 120 for C if you go in the anti-clockwise direction. If you are having any doubt in between, you can ask, not a problem. And next what we have to do is write the line voltage equation, because for example, just for now I am telling you that this switch T1 will be on, this will supply this one. Suppose T2 is on, T2 will allow the current flow in this direction. So at the upper terminal you will get A, at the lower terminal you will get B. So VA minus VB will give you VAB. So at the output we will get line voltages. So it is very important to plot the line voltages. So we don't have any functionality of the phase voltage in plotting, but we need the phase voltages in order to determine these 6 quantities. That's why I have drawn the phase voltage, means written the equation for phase voltage. So at the output always we will get line voltage. So finally all my equations, all my everything, whatever we are writing, average RMS value calculations will be in terms of line voltage, because at the output we will get line voltage. So how to draw your line voltage? First what you do, you draw the negative of A, that is minus A, negative of C, that is minus C, negative of B, that is minus B. Okay. Then between A and minus C, what you will get? AC. Between B and minus C, you will get BC. Between B and minus A, you will get BA. Like this, you go on continue and put in the resultants. And then what you do, since we always consider as a balance system, you go from A back to A. How many equal divisions you will get? You will see there are 12 equal divisions. Equal divisions, why I am saying? Because we are taking a balance system. So each degree will be 30 degree. 360 divided by 12. So this small degree from phase to line is 30 degree. You know this already. What is the phase difference between line and phase voltage? This I have told you in transformer also. This we had done in first year also. So between any phase and line, the phase difference is 30 degree. So between two lines, between A and B and AC, what is the phase difference? 60 degree. Now we have to write the equation of all these 6 line voltages. So let us start from VAB. So VAB. What is VAB? Because A is my reference, all quantities should be written with reference to A. So from A to AB, which direction? Clockwise. Anti-clockwise. Anti-clockwise means lead. This small angle, how much is this angle? Part division is 30 degrees. So plus 30 degrees. Why root 3 Vm? Because star connection. VL equal to root 3 VPH. So VAB is equal to root 3 Vm sin omega t plus 30. Next, if you can write for VAC, which direction? Clockwise. That means lag. That means how much degree? 30 degrees. So minus 30 degree for VAC. Like this, similarly write for everyone. You can write in terms of plus. If you are writing in terms of plus, then it means you are moving in anti-clockwise direction. If you are writing in terms of minus, you are moving in clockwise direction. So I am taking another example from A to BC. 30, 30, 30. So 90 degree. So BC should be at 90 degree, BC should be at 90 degree. See, A to BC is which direction? Clockwise. So minus 90 degree. Like this, all these angles are written. You can do the rest things on your own.
মানে স্যার এখানে বলছি যে এ পয়েন্টটাকে রেফারেন্স করে আমরা ওই তিনটাকে করছি, তাই তো?
হ্যাঁ একদম।
এ পয়েন্ট
এ রেফারেন্স দেখো sin omega t minus 0 ডিগ্রি মানে এ রেফারেন্স। তাহলে I have to write every equation with respect to A. ঠিক আছে?
হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে।
See, in exam, if this question come, you have to draw it. So very important thing is how to draw it, because I have shown simulations in the later slides. So for that, before going into that, because in your exam you have to draw it, you have to understand how to draw it. So maybe graph paper will not be provided. Think that graph paper is not provided. Okay, learn it like this only. How will you draw it? So take any axis like this. On this, make any axis over here. For any firing angle will be given. VL should be drawn, IG should be drawn, V0 should be drawn. Now, how to draw it, I'll tell you. So if you are looking into this figure, first we have to draw your VL. This is VAB, VBA, all these things, 6 voltages. So take three different colors. See, blue line, black line, and red line someone has taken. Okay, and the dotted represents the opposite way. If AB is bold, VBA will be dotted. If VC is bold, VCB will be dotted. If VAC is bold line, then VCA will be dotted line. So this is how you should take the convention. Now drawing into it. In your exam, per pi degree should be taken as 3 centimeter. So pi is equal to 3 centimeter. You have to use a scale and draw it to get a good diagram. Otherwise, this waveforms will be not proper. This V0 will not be proper. So 180 degree equal to 3 centimeter. So every 1 centimeter is 60 degree. And you have to draw this figure up to 3 pi to get a proper waveform. Or you can draw up to 2 pi also, no problem. But you can show up to 3 pi this figure. So main thing is important point. 180 degree equal to 3 centimeter. Draw the figure of line voltage up to pi. Now next, how you have to draw it. So first one, VAB starts at plus 30 degree, right? So plus 30 degree. So it's starting at plus 30 degree over here. Now you can calculate your 30 degree if 180 degree is equal to, suppose I am telling in terms of this, 180 degree is equal to 30 small scale divisions over here. See, that means nothing but 3 centimeter only. Then how much will be 30 degree? That means it will be 5 small scale division. So it is taken at 5. That is 0.5 over here. This is 1 centimeter, so 0.5 centimeter. So 0.5 centimeter beyond this line should be drawn. So there should be some space on the left hand side of your y-axis. Don't draw your y-axis at the edge of the copy. So you should leave some space and then draw it. Because why? Because you have a plus angle over here. So it is starting from here, this point. Now if you are drawing a sine wave, how you should think? For every 90 degree, it changes its value, means it will become peak, then 0, then peak, then 0. So if for this figure, this becomes my 0th point. From here 90 degree you can calculate 180 degree equal to 3 centimeter. So 90 degree is equal to 1.5 centimeter. So at 1.5 centimeter from this point, you will get peak. So see 1 centimeter, 0.5 centimeter at this point they have got a peak over here. So peak over here. Then from here 1.5 centimeter you will get 0. From here 1.5 centimeter you will get peak. From here 1.5 centimeter 0. Again 1.5 centimeter peak. Again 1.5 centimeter 0. If you have not understood, you have taken what? Pi is equal to 3 centimeter. 30 small scale divisions is equal to pi. This one. Now you will calculate 30 degree first, because I am drawing my AB. What is my angle over here? Plus 30 degree. So 30 degree is equal to, you will find out, it will come out to be 0.5 centimeter. So 0.5 centimeter you will take from the left hand side of your x-axis. x-axis থেকে left hand side 0.5 mark করবে, ওই পয়েন্টটা dot হিসেবে mark করবে. Then you take the principle of a sine wave. So this becomes my 0. Don't think now as a 30 degree. Think now it as 0 degree. It is the starting point of your sine wave. So from here, if it is 0, then at 90 it will reach peak. Now you calculate another value. What will be 90 degree? So 90 degree is equal to 1.5 centimeter. So from this point, if I move 1.5 centimeter in this direction right, I will get the peak value. So from here 1.5 I will mark it somewhere. I'll take any magnitude, no need to think about this. Take this magnitude as 2 centimeter. From here 1.5 centimeter, draw a curve, reach its peak. From 90 to 180 again it will fall. So from another 90 degree, that is another 1.5 centimeter, it should reach 0. So from here you mark your 1.5 centimeter, this point. So bring it to 0 over here. Then from here mark your another 1.5 centimeter, which is this point. It will reach peak. Sine wave, you are drawing your sine wave. Positive done. Now you will do it negative. So go in the negative. Then again 1.5 centimeter it will reach 0. Then again 1.5 centimeter it will reach peak. Why I am doing this? Because every 90 degree is 1.5 centimeter. Then again 1.5 centimeter is 0. Up to 3 pi done, no need to do another waveform. Okay, clear for everyone? Anybody having doubt, you can tell me. I think clear for everyone. Now, if you have drawn your VAB, suppose you have drawn this waveform with bold line. No need to look into VBA. What is my VBA? VAB and VBA will be opposite. So just the same curve what you have drawn over here, it's peak, positive peak, so VBA will have negative peak over here. Over here it is positive negative, so VBA will be positive over here. Over here this red line is positive, so VBA will be negative. Now these points will be joined by dotted line. See, I am joining by dotted lines now. It will be just the opposite to your black bold line the person has drawn. You have to draw a dotted line in the opposite direction. That will give you VBA. So only 3 line voltages you have to draw, and opposite line voltages will be dotted line, just the replica of that. So you think the x-axis to be a mirror. So mirror image. I think everybody has understood this one, how to draw VAB, VBA. You can stop me anywhere and ask me. Then you want to draw VAC. So VAC you look at minus 30 degree. Follow the same principle. 30 degrees 0.5 centimeter, but minus. So shown rightwards. From x-axis we have to go right. Previously was minus. So we had to go left. So 30 degree 0.5 centimeter marked over here. So this becomes my 0 degree. From here 1.5 centimeter peak. Again 1.5 centimeter 0. Again 1.5 centimeter negative peak. Again 1.5 centimeter 0. Again 1.5 centimeter positive peak. Again 1.5 centimeter 0. So I'll mark the peak and 0 points first. Then I will join the curve with bold line.
জিরো থেকে যে একটু নেমেছে ওটা কি করতে হবে, যে জিরো থেকে যে নিচের দিকে নেমেছে?
একদম একদম করতে হবে না, কারণ ওয়েভ ফর্মটা এখান থেকে শুরু হচ্ছে। এবার নেক্সট হ্যাঁ বলো।
মানে ওই নিচে দাগটা না টানলেও হবে তো, মানে জিরো থেকে উপর থেকে শুরু করলে?
না না হবে, করতে হবে। প্রথমে এখান থেকে শুরু করে নিতে হবে, তারপর ওটা কমপ্লিট করতে হবে, ঠিক আছে?
হ্যাঁ, মানে ওটা জাস্ট এমনি জাস্ট একটা নিচের দিকে এরকম টেন দিলেই হয়ে যাবে, তাই তো? মানে ওটা
এটা এরকম ভাবে উঠছে, তার মানে এটা এরকম ভাবে নামবে, তুমি এটা বানিয়ে দেবে, ঠিক আছে? কিছু যায় আসে, মানে এত পারফেক্টলি ওয়েভ ফর্মটা ইউ ক্যান ড্র ইট, ঠিক আছে? ওর জন্য আমরা এরকম করছি। আচ্ছা, next what we can do is, after completing this blue bold line, you will see this small portion left over here. Just now Manav was asking. So if you have to complete this waveform over here also. So you will just continue this bold line and keep it somewhere magnitude over here. Okay, think it logical. How much is this degree? 30 degree. So how much it should rise? This much it should rise. So it should fall this much only. So like this you make a waveform and complete. Just logically you think it and make it. Don't just make it peak. Because if you make it peak, that means degree should be how much? 90 degree. This is 0, this is 90. Then logically এটা এরকম কমিয়ে দেবে, ঠিক আছে? এবার next thing কি করবে? What should be our next thing done? Next thing is done is the opposite of your blue bold line. So you draw the dotted. Next thing, for this positive peak, draw the negative point. For the negative peak, draw the positive point. Okay, then join all this point by dotted line. Okay, then continue this waveform up to this x-axis. So this is how you have to draw VBC, VCB. I am leaving it up to you. You draw it. Okay, you see I'm just giving you a hint over here. VCB or VBC is minus 90 degree. So if you are seeing this red line, see the red line is starting at 90 degree. So from here 90 degree means 1.5 centimeter. See 1.5 centimeter, 1.5. So you start your waveform like this, continue it over here. But this point, see this much degree is how much? 90 degrees. So it should reach negative peak over here. So that's why the person has reached negative peak over here. Then it will continue in this direction. So up to this you have to show the figure. Then draw the red dotted line. So if you want to practice this one and show it to me, you can draw it at your home. After this class you can try it. You can contact me, that's how to draw it and all those things if you have any difficulty. Just after the class you try to draw it once on your own, because it will be good for you, because you have to draw this in your exam also. Drawing phase voltages, you can find triangle method. You can look into internet, YouTubes and everything. You can find triangle method. But drawing line voltages, you can't do it by triangle method. You have to draw it like this only. Or there is a method that is little bit tough. You can draw the levels and all and draw it. But I'd rather tell you to draw it like this because it is more logical to understand. Once you understand this, then those methods are easy. We'll come to this later because I have drawn this next page also. So this is how you need to draw VL. And if if you are told to draw the output voltage of this three-phase fully controlled converter, you can draw only this, but this can't be drawn without this. If you remember this figure, then all right, you can draw it. But I would rather say you draw this one, then draw this, then draw this. That will fetch more marks for you. Because drawing this directly, I can give you out of 5 2 marks. But if you draw this 3, then I can think about more marks. See the question number, how it is given, and answer accordingly. Because you have to write the description of this circuit also. So that is also important. Okay. So how the next point comes, how the triggering pulses are given, means how the switches are to be turned on. Now this is how the switches হ্যাঁ বলো
আর V naught টা কিভাবে ড্র করলো?
হ্যাঁ ওগুলো আসছে এখনো বলিনি, আপাতত VL আমি এক্সপ্লেন করে দিই। ঠিক আছে, এই স্লাইড থেকে ওগুলো আসবে। আচ্ছা, now how to give the triggering pulses. Now each thyristor will conduct for a starting period of 120 degree. We had seen in the points to remember. So each thyristor should start at a firing angle alpha, but there will always be a delay of 30 degrees. Why? Because just now I have stated at the output, what voltage will get? Line voltage. From phase to line, from any phase to line, what is my difference? 30 degrees. So which is my reference? My phase. So from phase to line, if you go from this to this also, if you go from this phase to line, how much is the difference? Line 30 degrees. Since I have taken phase as my reference, so my output voltage which I will get should be at a 30 degree phase displacement. So that triggering pulses, instead of giving a firing angle alpha, we will already have a delay of 30 degree. Please be careful of this. For thyristors of single phase, it was starting from alpha only. But in 3 phase, since at our output we are getting line voltage, and between line and phase voltage we are getting a delay of 30 degree, and my phase is my reference, so there will always be a delay of 30 degree apart from the firing angle alpha. So that's why 30 plus alpha will be my start time. And end time 120 degree from it. So 30 plus 120, just 1 second. Okay, how to give your triggering pulse? I told you 30, each thyristor will conduct for 120 degree. So 30 plus 120 gives you 150, and there will be a firing angle alpha. Between two thyristors, there should be a phase difference of 60 degree. So 30 plus 60 gives you 90. So like this, you write down all this. So 90 plus 60 gives you 150. 150 plus 60 equal to 210. 210 plus 60 equal to 270, goes on from this way. Now, to 150, this becomes 210, all this added 60. Now this you 270 to maximum, it will go how much? 360, and rest is continued from the first 0 to 30 degrees, like as we seen in the inverter. I'll take an example and show you how this is to be done. Okay, so now triggering pulse is alpha is equal to 0 degree. So T1 starts, you substitute all this value of alpha over here from this figure only I have got. So no need to take care of this figure, because I know if alpha is 0, then all these figures which I have written over here can be written directly over there also. So 30, 90, 150, 210, now the function comes over here. So this should be one thing over here. So this should be over here. So 30, 90 to 150, 210, but take care of this angle in T5. Okay, it starts from 270, but it should end at 360, because one cycle ends at 360. So 270 to 360, how much is my degree? 90 degree. So where will the remaining 30 degree go? It should be 360 is nothing but 0. So it should be 0 to 30 degree. So take the gap. 270 to 360 is how much? 90. 0 to 30 is 30 degree. 90 plus 30 is how much? 120 degree. Now it will start from 330, but it has to end on 360. So how much degree? 30 degree. End time 0 to 90 degree, because there is 30 degree over here. Obviously the total sum should be 120 degree. So, or the gap should be 120 degree. So if it is 30 over here, what should be the degree over here? 90. So 0 to 90. That's why I have written like. So you have to write the triggering pulse according to this. Now how to draw your IG? The IG drawn over here will be drawn now. So I have shown in another figure also very nicely, clearly for you. Now how to draw this IG? So we'll take a reference line, right, and IG, and I know that 360 degree will be divided into 6 equal groups. So each will be 60 degree. So 60, 120, and goes on to 360 degree. And because that will be my division, and then I will take the above the timeline, I'll take the positive group, that is my odd number 135, and below the x-axis or your time axis, I'll take the negative group, that is 246. Now we already have this conduction time. So we have to draw this. So T1 is starting at 30, ending at 150. So we'll draw this. So in between this 0 and 60 will be 30. So T1 is starting from this point, ending at 150. So between 120 and 180 will be 150. So T1 starting at 30, ending at 150. Now as soon as T1 ends, you will see that T3 starts. See 150. It's very easy to draw. You link up all the study, it will be very easy to draw. So after T1, T3 should start. Then only all the degrees which you have written over here are correct. Otherwise, you have to go through it again. So see, this is 150, this is 150. That is correct for me. So I can understand whatever table I have formed is correct. So 150 to 270. So it starts at 150, ends at 270. 270 is in between 240 and 300. Center of that. So I've drawn this. Next is wherever T3 should end, which should start T5. See, 270 is starting at 270, 270 to 360, and then 0 to 30. So 270 to 360 up to end. So there will be a small gap over here. You will find that is 30 degree only, and in that 30 degree write T5. Similarly for negative group. So negative group T2 starts from 90 to 210. So 90 is between 60 to 120. So it starts from here, ends at 210. So after T2 ends, T4 should start. Then only my table is correct. So T2 ends at 210. So T4 starts at 210. So my table is correct. 210 to 330. 210 to 330. And then 330 to 360 is T6. And 0 to 90 is T6. It should be. See, 300 to 360, 0 to 90. So even if you draw all this 4, 5, 6th one, you can draw it easily. Or even if you draw T1, T3, T5 can be drawn easily. Even if you draw T2, T4, 6th one will be the remaining portion. So You have to draw the first two things, then all the rest gap portions are your remaining thighs. So that is how you have to draw this IG. So that is they have drawn over here. Keeping into mind the angle. So first you have to draw this VL, then you have to draw this table, write this table, then you have to draw this figure, IG. Now from this IG, you can look into this, you can look into the graph also. From this figure IG, we have to write the voltage. We'll first go through this, then I'll show in the graph. Then we'll go for simulation. Now for this figure over here, what is for my first 30 degree? This is my first 30 degree up to this, because there is a transition after 30 degree. So I have to take every 30 degree. Then if it is more than 30 degree, I will take it, no problem. So for the first 30 degree, which switch is on? T5 and T6. Now, like the same way as in inverter we had done, we had drawn IG, and according to from the IG we had seen which switches are on. Then we had gone to the main figure, and from the main figure we were determining what was our line voltage or our phase voltage. Same over here. Now, which line voltage will appear as my DC voltage at the output, we have to determine from this switch T5 and T6 being turned on. So now which is on during the first 30 degree is T5 and T6. So we'll go to the main figure, T5 and T6. T5, T6. T5 connected to C, T6 connected to B. 5 is connected to the positive, C is connected to negative. Which voltage I should get? CB, VCB. So what we were saying, we were looking into this figure and trying to determine which will be the line voltage that will appear across my output as my DC value. So first for 30 degree, which switch is on? T5, T6. Now we'll go to the main figure. So T5, T6. So T5 connected to C, T6 connected to B. So CB. So VCB will be my voltage will be appearing across my load. Now if you go to this figure, now I am coming to the graph. So for the first 30 degree, which voltage? 5 and 6 on VCB. So VCB, you look over here, red dotted line. So red dotted line for the first 30 degree is this one. So if you look, I am taking a pen over here. So if you look in the first 30 degree, the red dotted line is in the decreasing form. So they have drawn in this form, decrease. For the 30 degree only, up to this. Okay, we can't draw it exactly, sir. This is coming up to this point, so this should come up to this point. You can't draw it exactly in figure. You have to show it is decreasing, so it is decreasing. But I will show you in simulation how exactly you can get it. This is hand drawn, so you can't expect so much accuracy. Now next 60 degree it is common. So next 30 degree it is T1, T6. For the another 30 degree it is T1, T6. So why not take 30 degree twice? We'll take total as 60 degrees. So which is on? This is T1. So T1, T6. Now go to the main figure. T1, T6, A. So this point is A. 6 is what? B. So this is B. So which voltage I'll get? VAB. So I'll go to my figure over here. VAB, I'll look into which pen I have used, black pen. And black pen during this point, from this point to this point, black pen, what is this? This part. So I'll draw this part. Okay. So next is 1, 2. You go on the figure 1, 2. 1 is A, 2 is C. So instead of B, it will be C. So AC. Go in this figure, AC is blue line. So during this point over here, during up to this point, blue line. So this is this figure. So this is this figure. So it continues going on over here. And since it is half drawn over here, half will be at this part. So you see 36 up to 360 degree. You are getting same figure. See, if you can draw the first figure exactly without noticing over here, you can draw it like this only. For the first few times, if you draw it on your own, try to take from this reference and draw it. But for me, if I draw this part up to 30 degree or 60 degree, I draw it, and I know this part of the figure is correct, I do it continuously. Okay, so this is how you figure has to be drawn. So first you have to draw this, then this one, then this one. This is how in your paper it should be drawn. So if you have any doubt, you can just ask me, or we'll proceed with the simulations part. So one thing I'd like to say you, for one cycle, for up to 360 degree, you are having how many pulses? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is half, 5 and half, this is 6. So 6 pulses. So ripple frequency is 6 into F. So F is 50, so it becomes 300 hertz. So ripple frequency is 300 hertz for 3-phase fully controlled bridge converter. For half wave rectifier is control rectifier or half wave rectifier is 50 hertz. For full wave rectifier it is 100 hertz. Over here ripple frequency is 300 hertz. So this is how you have to draw it. So this is the exact waveform which is being drawn. So you see, for alpha equal to 0 degree, compare with this one which we have drawn. So first waveform was going down, then like this, going like this way, right? Then it was rising up to 120. How much? 360 degree. So we'll go into this figure and show you. See first waveform going down, going like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then over here, 0.02 is 360 degree because it is 50 hertz. 1 by 50 is 0.02. So you see the waveform is coming exactly. From here, you can exactly understand the magnitude. So it is coming from this point to this point. So it is between 400 to 200 and decreasing value. What is the exact value you can get in this figure? So that's why simulation is very important to understand what is my what are my exact values. So this is the nature of the waveform. If you take um, a 3-phase fully controlled rectifier with alpha equal to 0 degree for R load, resistivity. So I'll just show you the circuit over here. I'll just simulation. So this is my circuit which I have drawn 6 switches over here. 6 switches, all these gating pulses are given accordingly. All this that I have written, all these are given over here. This is your 1, 3, 5. Maintain same order: 1, 3, 5, 2, 4, 6. 3-phase voltage, load is R load. So if I simulate this, that waveform only I have shown over there. So I have simulated this waveform. Means I have shown you that how exactly my theoretical approach and this practical approaches are same. So all the circuits which we have studied, I told you, you can realize it practically. See, 0 degree, first decreasing, then going like this, then increase. Now, if you use this parameter value over here, you can read this front value, this point value over here. You can find out this one. See what is my, this is my V0 value is 284. So this point value is 284. See above 280, so obviously it should be 284 only. Now if you bring close to this point, the starting point, so at this point it is 320 and 330 in between that. So it should be around 325. That is V0. So V0 C 325. So it is decreasing from 325 to this point. Now if you see this point voltage, which voltage I am drawing, obviously this blue line, this blue line is VCB. So VCB is what? 325. So VCB is nothing but your V0. See exact V0 over here. So both of these are coinciding with one another. That is why I am drawing this diagram. See all this they have represented it by different color. But in exam you can't represent it by so many colors. I told you draw one by bold line, the opposite one by dotted line with the same color. Okay, and show the conventions as I have shown. So this is how the simulations can be done. I have done simulations and gave you some results for 30 degree. It is, the waveform will be looking like this. Okay, you can simulate it and find out this. I'll in the book they have given the complete waveform for you in one figure. I'll give you in the next slides, next lectures. I'll in one slide I'll try to compare those according to books, but this is my simulation, what I have done to show you in a better manner. So this is the output of the full converter for alpha equal to 30 degree for all load. Now you can take any firing angle, suppose 60 degree. I have taken another example also. For 60 degree, you can from the table, right? So put 60 degree in the table, get the values. But if you are getting 270, then it should end at 360. Okay, if it is total duration of 120 degree, then no problem. See, if you are taking 210, and if you are adding 120 to it, it is ending at 330. So not a problem for us. But if it goes beyond 330, then it will be a problem for us. So it should you should end your time at 360 and then continue the next time from 0 degree. So that is what I have told you over there. So you can do these things. I can change this as 0 degree and make it 0 degree. So can go through this, and you can form any simulation. So those 30 degree simulation also, this 30 degree simulation as I have shown, I have formed the table first, determined all these values, then done. Without this table, you can't draw, put the gating pulse, so it can't turn on. So this is very important. Then this should be drawn in your copy. This should be drawn. Then accordingly, you can find out the voltages. So see T4, T5 on, right? For the first 30 degree, go to the main figure. T4, T5 on, main figure, T4, T5 on. So A, 5 is C, so CA, right? 5 is positive, so CA should be my first voltage. So, for 6, this one, so CA is my first voltage. So CA is my first voltage. Like the 6 voltages, I have written it for you, and you from the main figure, you can draw all the 6 voltages. So first is VCA. Right, if you, okay, I'm showing you the comparison over here. VCA. I've drawn for alpha equal to 60 degree. What is VCA over here? Check this orange color line. So orange color line during this part is this part. For the first 30 degree, decreasing from below 200 to this point. 0 degree C. Below 200 to 0 degree C. Correct? Right? From 200, below 200 to 0. Below 200 to 0. Next, which voltage? CB. So next 30 to some 90 degree, it is CB. So CB, where is CB? Is blue line. Go to this point, blue line. From here, starting from this point, above 200. So 200 to some point 0 over here. So above 200, see above 200, above 250 also. Because precisely I can't say at this point what is my value. But over here, precisely I can say it is above 250. So you can understand it is above 200 coming to 0. So which plot we are doing? VCB only. Like this, you can compare with this figure. All these waveforms I have written over here. You can compare, take these lines from here, VCB, VCA, and draw it accordingly. So this is how simulations can be done, and this can be explained also. Next, you can take the last one, T5, T4. So T5, T4, if you go to the main figure, you will find that it is VCA again. So if you find out around this region, because it is close to 0.02, VCA is which one? This orange line. So orange line is like this, from here to here, from 250 to like this point over here. So from 250 to this point, it is not reaching 0, because at 0.02, it is having some value beyond, below 200. So see, it is having some value below 200. So if you are having any doubt in understanding this, I have not drawn each and every waveform on a graph paper to show for you. I have shown you in terms of simulation also. You can understand the same thing over in simulation, and over here one thing more, you can understand the exact value. So if you are having any doubt in understanding the simulation and how I am writing this, you please just say me so I can explain you in a better way. I'm trying to give you the best way possible, because all these things is very hard to realize. These things in class you have to draw on your own, but these things already I have done it for you in my notes, so you can get it very easily at the same time in one slide. And this I can't complete in one class, but over here you see I'm completing it in one class. So you have to give some effort in doing these things. You have to try it at your home and do this. So try it. I leave it up to you. You have this holiday Saturday, Sunday. Try it, and after this pujas, you tell me if you have any doubt. That will be good. So this all I have plotted at 90 degree. So this waveform becomes at 90 degree. One thing I have to tell you, just for now. At 90 degree, what happens? Now you see at 60 degree, my waveform is reaching 0. Correct? You can understand at 60 degree, my waveform is reaching 0. Now, what happens over here? My waveform becomes discontinuous beyond 60 degree. You know what is discontinuous? It will means current will reach 0, right? Because after this voltage will be negative, and why negative voltage will be there? When in which load negative voltage is the RL load, but which load we are studying? We are studying R load, so there can't be any negative voltage. So you see, as we increase, even if you take 61 degree, it will, some part of the voltage will be negative, but that can't be possible in case of R load. So that negative voltage will be represented as 0. So at that time, no thyristor will conduct. So voltage will be 0. So that's why I have taken some example beyond 60 degree. So it is very important for you to understand this one. Beyond 60 degree, your load becomes discontinuous. So if it is RL load, which we will study in next week lecture, then only we will get the negative voltage. If it is R load, then that negative part of the voltage will be 0. So see, as I have simulated, see, I'm not showing you book diagram where I can't explain you. I'm showing you direct results in front of you. These are direct simulation results. You can't deny the fact over here. That's why it is happening. These are simulation results. Okay, I have simulated the circuit, shown you results. These are perfect results. So after this, the output voltage, if it was R load, it would have been negative. But since my alpha equal to 90 degree we are doing for R load, this part of the negative voltage will be 0. So I have to rub off this negative part. So see, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. All these are becoming 0. So as you go beyond 60 degree, it will be discontinuous nature. So I have shown you for 190. Now as you go on increasing your alpha. Okay, so what happens to the voltage? At alpha equal to 120 degree, the load voltage becomes very close to 0. It becomes 0. So you see the magnitude of the voltage. See, slowly the magnitude is decreasing. You see, I'm taking 0 degree. This is 0 degree. What is my magnitude over here? Around 325. It is close to 320, above 300 in 30 degree. For 60 degree decreased. It has come below 300. For 90 degree decreased below 200. Come close to 150. For 120 degree, it has become close to 0. So I am thinking just a small ripple over here. So voltage has become 0 over here. In my books, they have shown this voltage as 0. Let's see 0.000025. So we are getting no voltage over here. That means all the voltage we obtain across the load has become negative. So at the if we draw the for RL load, we'll get negative voltage. In the negative voltage, we'll get some waveform like this, all in the negative part. So the voltage automatically becomes 0. So that's why the magnitude C, it has become so minimal. Alpha equal to 120 degree, the output voltage becomes 0. So this is what I have to explain you. And last, we'll just go through very quickly through the formulas, these derivations you can do. I'll tell you how the limits are taken. Okay. So going into the figure. I'll take this graph for understanding in a better way. So for how much I have taken the figure? 2 pi, 360 degree. After this, it will repeat again and again. For every 2 pi cycle, the waveform repeats. So time period is 2 pi. Going into the so 1 by 2 pi, 0 to 2 pi, v omega t, d omega t. Now we are calculating the average voltage. Now, again going back to the figure, understood why time period is 2 pi? I clearly told you. Now again going into the graph. This all values are having same magnitudes. This is drawn theoretically. If you say that there is a fluctuation, small fluctuations over here, I can show you practically. See, all magnitudes are same. All fluctuations are same. Low ripple value is same. So if I consider one waveform over here, so can I say this waveform repeats 6 times? Yes. If I consider one waveform over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many times it is repeating? 6 times. So take any line voltage. How this waveform is done? We have drawn from this. What is this? This is nothing but line voltage. So I can take any line voltage and multiply it with 6 times. So that's what I have done over here. Taken any line voltage, suppose I have taken VAB, multiply it with 6 times. Okay, understood this one? Why I have taken one line voltage and multiplied it 6 times? You can add it 6 times, no problem. But you can take similarly one line voltage and multiply it 6 times. Now, for VAB, we had already calculated. VAB plus 30 degree, right? So plus pi by 6. So omega t plus pi by 6. What? Limits pi by 6 to pi by 2 plus alpha. So 60 degree, 30 to 90, 60 degree. After that, the phase will change. So it will be either AC or DC. That's why. So this is taken pi by 6, 60 degree difference. Pi by 6 to pi by 6 plus alpha. Then what you do, you can remove this limit, add it over here. Add it over here. You can get this pi by 6 plus pi by 6 will give you pi by 3. And pi by 2 plus pi by 6 will give you 2 pi by 3. Then do the calculation, you will get the answer. I'm not going into calculation because again, everything is coming in terms of sine omega t. So you can do this and get the value. Now RMS value, write the same thing, sine square, you will get the ultimate formula. See, this is a huge derivation. You can look into book. I am not focusing on the derivation now. I am focusing on how to give the limits and how the equations are. So this is the point over here. And you can go through this one. So this RMS value of source current, RMS value of thyristor. So this is up to today's lecture. And I have completely explained for you your 3-phase fully controlled rectifier with RL.